Hi, Gary. It's Uncle Extra Medium again. It must be Thursday night. Time for another episode of the Hour Before TNL.
Are you plain bored of woodworking? Get excited again with Fisheye's Make Your Own Sandpaper Kit. Fisheye's Sandpaper Kit comes with everything you see here. Just pick your paper, spread the glue, and shake on the sand. Voila! Beautiful handcrafted sandpaper. And if you act now, we'll include candy sprinkles absolutely free. What better way to say I love you than with a gift of sandpaper? Fisheye's Make Your Own Sandpaper Kit is just $19.99 wherever crappy gifts are sold.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 36 of the Hour Before TNL. As always, we ask that there be no politics, no religion, no racism, kindness and respect for everybody in the chat. I know kindness and respect is kind of difficult with Beauchart here, but here we are, Jim Beauchart.
I'm telling you, Gary. I'm telling you, one of these days, right to the moon.
Oh, man. How's it going there, Jim?
Swell, really swell. Had a great day. It's Thursday. It's not payday, but, one day I'll be back in my happy place.
Okay, good stuff. Hey, we got a guest here. Hang on a second.
Hi, Gary. Caitlin Beauchart here. I heard you were going to have Chuck and Lori on this week, and Chuck likes blondes. Don't worry, Lori. Chuck isn't my kind of guy, because I like blondes too. Don't worry, Lori.
Would you sneak us in? I don't see us sneak in. Hi, everybody in the chat. I didn't even see you sneak us in.
Oh, I tell you, I am so bad at this changing windows thing.
I didn't see you bring us in. Did you see him bring us in?
Oh
I did.
man, hang on.
Man, that's very sneaky.
Yeah.
Very sneaky.
There we go. I got rid of all the echo that was going on there too. It's like,
And I apologize for leaving the camera on, and she got into the room. I don't know what the hell happened.
What the hell happened with Caitlin? Caitlin, she's hot for you.
She's a looker.
She is.
When she jogs, she gets 2 black eyes.
well, what I said, kindness and respect, but we'll.
Well, she's kind of gifted. Every gift has its drawbacks. So
there you go.
It's just the way it goes.
How's things
Gravity,
in
man.
Syracuse, New York? You're not in Syracuse.
I don't know. We're in where are we in Claryville?
It's actually, we're in Claryville, New
We're in
York.
Claryville, which is
At the
in the
moment.
Catskill Mountains right now.
Very
It's,
nice.
It's very
that's-
sunny.
It's what we do. We're vlogging all weekend again in the mountains. See if we
Good.
can. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, that's great stuff. I've been going through. Well, you saw the pictures that I put up on the board here.
I love that we're in color. We're in color.
I saw that.
And in the thumbnail and stuff. And so what I had to do is I had to go through a whole bunch of your stuff. So you probably saw your views spiking because I was going through the Scotland stuff again and the.
Well, that was you. That was you.
Yeah.
It was all you.
Because I'm trying to find
Thank you, Gary.
I thought with the two of you close together, right? And you always seem to, I'm
I had the same problem.
I'm looking for cheek to cheek stuff, right?
Yeah,
but
like this.
yeah, there you go. Now, how come you couldn't
my
do
hand
that?
up.
You got to do that in the blog, right? But anyway, no.
Hat gets in the way.
Yeah, but I'd start watching and I'd scrub through and I go, hold on, I got to watch that again, because the stuff is just so good. The reviews of the distilleries and the breweries and the food.
Favorite.
Oh wow.
That's my favorite. Yep.
Yeah, and the Outlander thing, I had to go back over and over again because I enjoyed that TV series. That was
he's gonna like the next
There's
one.
more Outlander to come.
okay.
There's well we kind of did a thing.
You're kind of working. You're working on.
I don't want to.
No, but
as
you're
art's
working
in
on
the,
something.
Yeah, art's in the chat. I don't want to steal the sizzle or share the sizzle, but yeah, we kind of did a thing. So that's when we get back home. Probably next weekend.
So it'll probably come out maybe next.
I want to release it now.
After.
I want to release it now, but it's got to wait. It's just got to wait. It's 8% anyway. It's like it could be released, but it's not Chuck approved yet. Soon.
It's not Chuck approved.
Chuck approved.
But Lori's learning how to edit now, so she's becoming more particular. It's good.
I know. I came out with my beer tasting video.
Yeah, Lori's,
Yes,
that beer and burgers.
Okay,
Actually,
that was your edit then?
Yes.
You know what? All I did, she's like, I want to start editing. So this was a couple months ago. So I got her a new laptop. She has an Asus now that has I think a 3050 in it or 3050 Ti, just enough to edit with. So I gave her my DaVinci dongle. You guys laugh. Like Chuck gave Lori his dongle.
You both got dongles now?
Wow, that's wait, you're rushing it.
That's
what
she said.
So I gave Lori DaVinci, had it installed on the laptop, gave her everything, gave her the speed editor, and said, I got to go work, have fun. So I just walked away, and she pretty much figured it out. Like in 3 days' time, that edit took what, 3 or 4 days?
It did.
And
you left me all alone.
And I did nothing. I mean, I just came back, and she's like, what do you think? I'm like, well, there's only a couple of things you might want to touch up. But
well, there's a couple of things that bothered me still, but I was kind of proud of myself for actually.
She did really good.
Putting it together.
Her first edit's a million times better than my first edit was crap.
So now I told Chuck I have to look at the tutorials because there's so much more to learn. But
because it's a thing, you guys know it's a process. Editing is a lot of work, and it's the biggest part of your creative content is spending the time and the effort to. You got to be so heartless brutal and cut stuff out on the floor that you're like, this stuff's great. It's got to go on the cutting room floor. And I hate to do it. I hate cutting stuff out, but you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say about 95% of what I shoot ends up not ever shown anywhere. You know?
Yeah.
But
And Lori will tell them about the stuff. I gave you all the stuff. I gave her the pile of footage.
I know. And then I look through it and I'm like, oh my God, because there was so much stuff I had to cut. Even though I left as much as I did in there.
All the bad drone flights that were like before the good stuff, before the buttery smooth stuff, there's all the setting up and flying in the drone, like figuring, oh, no, not right. No. Yep. All that stuff.
So I'm thinking, what did I get myself into? But But
Oh,
then
cool.
I was really having fun putting it together and picking the music, and
So
now I told Chuck I want to do another one.
Yeah, so I couldn't. I was fighting over my dongle with her. So seriously, because like I was trying to edit the video.
He took it away at one point.
I did, because I was trying to edit the other Scotland video, and you were editing the beer and burger video. I'm like, wait a second, wait. So I just ordered another copy of DaVinci and got a second one.
So he told me he took it one morning. I'm like, Chuck, I'm still working on mine.
Now we have our own stuff. In fact, I even have another speed editor. So it's like, his and hers speed editors. We are set, man. Set.
Good stuff. Yeah. I use the free version of DaVinci, and I've done it with the last two videos. And I think it's a lot better than what I was using before. I was using iMovie, which is another free one, right? But
people do good stuff with iMovie, though. I've seen a lot of good stuff come out of it.
Well, I find with DaVinci, I can place markers on the music. Like I put the music in and place markers, and then that's where all my transitions happen.
The music.
Exactly.
Yep. Yep. And then you go back and you can trim right to it. Yep. That's one thing.
Yeah. Or you skip one and let it go by. And, everybody's expecting the change, but it doesn't happen, and then it does. And I think you have to be tempted. Not be tempted to use all those fancy transitions, where it flips around or, does all the whirly psychedelic stuff,
Are we back? What happened?
Is it just us?
We got the whirly thingies.
Oh, okay. Must have been just you. Did it skip for you, Jim?
Well, I'm getting bad internet over here too. Every week.
We totally lost you guys.
Yeah.
For a second.
Yeah. It's not a solar flare.
A solar flare.
Oh,
We're back.
Aliens.
We're back.
Carpenter.
Yeah, I see where Steve Carpenter said, how much Chuck did you leave on the cutting room floor? And, yeah, Lorraine Bobbitt, how much did you cut of? How much you cut me off?
More than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kenny Cardoso, he uses DaVinci as well, and his stuff is incredible.
DaVinci is limitless. It's the big three, right? Premiere Pro and Final Cut and DaVinci are the three big ones. They're the ones that have the most support. They're the ones that pretty much two of the three you can use on either platform. DaVinci is Apple and Windows.
Yeah.
So, and DaVinci, you pay the $300 once to get Studio. If you need Studio, you don't really need it, but there's a couple of goodies in there that are worth it to us. But anyway, you get that. You get upgraded forever. Like 18 came out, and now we have 18. If you want to use 18, you can. So, I found no restrictions. We like before I was using Video Studio by Corel originally, kind of like iMovie, and you hit a ceiling on it where you just can't creatively do anything cool like you want to do on your own, graphics and stuff.
So that's a big difference between 17 and 18.
Nothing. It has there's cloud sharing now.
The difference between 17 and 18 is 1.
Oh, actually, it's a year in prison. Yeah.
DaVinci.
No. 17 will get you 20. 18 will stop get you. That's for Beauchart's humor, not here.
Yeah.
That's another show.
Oh,
But the DaVinci, I'm curious about the DaVinci.
Well done, Chuck.
That's another show. I'll stop there. Sorry.
No, I'm quite impressed by where you go, but how you put the video together to really make it, like you want to go too, right?
So we're officially influencers then. Maybe we're finally YouTube influencers. That's what you influencers do, right? I mean, we show, but Lori, the video we did from the Old Man of Store. I don't know if you remember the Old Man of Store video where that was on the Isle of Skye, and that's a place where I really, really, really wanted to fly the drone more than any other place in Scotland. Well, there were two places I really wanted to fly, and both of them were prohibited because of the just exceedingly hurricane force winds. That was one. So in a store, we tried to climb that mountain not once but twice, 2 days in a row, because we really got blown off the thing the first time. We give up, we come back down, we're all upset, we come back down. And Lori's like, the next day she's like, we have,
Lori's
yeah,
like this the whole time.
yes, that's the one. And she's like, you were.
We had snow, we had rain, we had wind.
Oh, it was, yeah. So like so Lori's like, we have to do this. We have to go back and do this.
Yes,
I
was determined.
I'm like, okay, we're going back, and we're going to mic ourselves correctly the next time too. So we mic'd ourselves the second day, and that was better. That's another story. Miking is so important. If anybody out there is trying to vlog with just the microphone and the camera and not like a laugh or whatever,
especially when it's windy out,
forget it, man. You with the wind, yeah, you have to have good audio is critical to a video.
Yeah,
it's like
well, you can see the production value in your vlogs. I mean, it's right, it's bang on. It's
I thank you. I think we have a ways to go, but thank you. I mean,
you can
the goal
always improve. But.
Yeah, well, our goal is to be like what you'd see come out of Hollywood. We're not. I mean, I don't want to say we're not going to get there, but we're not going to get there with the equipment we use. We're not going to get there, but that's what we're shooting for. We want our stuff to look really good on a TV, big ass screen.
Yeah.
And that's
and we're having fun doing it. So.
Yeah, we're having fun doing it when we're not yelling at one another, trying to figure out why aren't you filming this, or what are you doing?
Or if the equipment's not working.
And the equipment's the equipment always works right. Like today I was filming. I have a 9-foot selfie stick for the Insta360 One X2,
which is crazy.
So you don't even need a drone most of the time. It's just things like I have this aerial on top of the truck, and I had it on today, and we're driving up to this place just the last half mile, and I have this. It looks like like a 1970s CB antenna with a. So I'm filming with the 360. We get here, and I'm like worried about trees and stuff. I'm like, God, so we get to the house.
Wait, and guess what he tells me?
We get to the house, and I grab the camera like, it's not recording.
We didn't get anything.
We got to do it again. So she's like, what? Right? You're like, what?
I know.
And I'm like, we got to get set up for the hour before. And, we got to do it again. We got to go back and do it. So you have to turn the truck around, go all the way back, and you have to film it all over again. Like it never happened.
During our vlogs, remember?
Yeah, and we
do a vlog a certain way, and we're happy, and then all of a sudden we find out that the camera wasn't working or whatever.
Yeah, so I mean, like vlogs.
So then you have to try not to get all pissed off because you have to redo it all.
You're all fired up. It's like, okay, got to do it again. We're gonna do this again now because we really want this bit. We need this bit. And so there's like and there's no script or anything for us, but in a way there kind of is, because like if we do something off the cuff once and then the camera lets us down or something lets us down, then we're like, we got to do it again. So just kind of let it similar but do it again, and then it's acting. But I mean, it's still you have to tell a story. I mean, if you don't tell a story, who's gonna watch it?
Well, there's that scene, remember, in the Scotland one when we were at the penthouse?
Yeah.
And you go to the penthouse door.
I go to the penthouse door, and she's like...
And remember, I say... What did I say now? Did I say who's there, I think?
You open the door.
And I can't remember exactly what you
said.
And then
I said, can I come in? Okay. And she says, no. And she slams the door on me. And that wasn't rehearsed or anything.
He didn't even know what I was going to do.
I went downstairs with the camera just to film coming into the building and everything with the elevator, because that was really cool. He pushed the penthouse button and all, and he goes, you don't stay in a penthouse every day, right? So it's kind of cool. So I filmed that, and I get up to the penthouse door, and I knock on the door, and she opens it up, and I said, "Can I come in?" No. She's like, and then the reason it went dark is because the light sensor, the timer for the light sensor is 5 seconds. So no sooner did she close the door, the lights go out in the hallway. I'm in the dark.
But then you said you were the plumber.
Yeah.
And then I decided to let you in.
Yeah, that's
I think I've seen that
old,
movie.
That's a public
I've seen
television.
that movie.
No, don't you remember that from, was it Sesame Street or where is this? It's the plumber. I've come to fix the sink. Wasn't that was that Sesame Street or was it?
I don't know, that's what you said.
Wasn't it?
Oh
I don't
man,
know.
It's from one of those two shows, Sesame Street or
I don't know, but it was funny because then I decided to let you in.
It's the plumber. I've come to fix the sink.
But
look it up. It's on. I'm sure
we
it's on
didn't
YouTube.
talk about that at all. It just kind of happened.
It just happened.
So I like to do that sometimes with Chuck. I tell him what I'm thinking, and we just kind of film something.
No, so when we just forget the cameras rolling and we just are like this, it's good. And then when we actually do some stuff that we think is stuff people wish they could do, but for whatever reason they can't do it. I don't know how the heck we got to Scotland. We got to Scotland. It was a miracle. I mean,
there's a lot of stuff going on.
Man, there was so much stuff that was. We had so many hurdles to get over there, and we wanted to go so bad.
Pandemic hurdles and all kinds of nonsense.
Yeah, we got pushed out a year for the pandemic.
And then Chuck had the accident right before.
Yeah, not even 3 weeks before our flight, I'm on my roof in the street of Syracuse because some chick decided it wasn't necessary to stop for me and flatten me. So yeah, I mean it was, but so we got over, and all the testing you have to do to go to the UK.
We had to test 3 times.
Yeah, we had to test 72 hours before our flight left the United States, and then we had to test when we got to Scotland within 48 hours, and then we had to test again before we came home.
So that was a little stressful.
That's a little stressful because you're is the Scottish government going to tell us we have to go to a hotel room now? We're supposed to be in Skye in 3 days. Are we going to be able to go?
But it was definitely worth it. But it was stressful.
Oh yeah, hell, it was worth it. Yeah. So I mean, we're glad we could share Scotland with people because that was pretty cool.
So you replaced your truck and got bright orange, right?
Yeah, Autel orange is what TJ and some other guys are saying. It's Autel orange, but it's actually Syracuse. It's Syracuse orange, really, in a way, or Home Depot orange, depending on. It's like Home Depot orange.
The SU Orangeman.
Yeah, it looks like Home Depot orange. If you know what Home Depot orange looks like in real life, it looks like that. It's
at least going to catch somebody's attention if they're texting, right?
Well, if I get hit again, and I've almost been hit a few times, I know that they're not paying attention to driving because, we're visible now.
Yeah.
Your truck's orange too. Lori's truck is burnt orange. So we have
my Jeep. Yeah.
And then the vet's bright red. So
But I think there's just too many people texting now. Though.
People are distracted.
They're not paying attention.
But so the channel, it's definitely full on vlogging now, and that started a year ago with Lori wanting to get into it finally. I mean, it started off with me it started off with us traveling years ago. We've always had cameras with us when we were traveling, and we wished we had vlogged a billion years ago. We kind of did, but we didn't. And then
vlogging wasn't really a thing yet. But
I used to carry the the videotape stuff around, right? Like you guys did too, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Around and film. And in fact, I released on our 20th wedding anniversary, I released Maui. I actually captured all the Maui videotape and turned it into something for YouTube. So it's like we were kind of vlogging when we weren't vlogging. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun to go through and put together. So anyway, so then fast forward, we'd gone just still photography, and then the drone stuff, the Mavic Pro came out, and I had to have one because I was like, oh my God, I could take this on trips and fold it up and take it on trips. And so the Mavic Pro got me into video again. I got back into video, and then Lori would be like, I'm stopping the film here. Remember? And you'd be like, you're going to stop and film here again? What? You're going to fly the drone again? Remember that? And then
Well, I didn't always say that. Sometimes.
in the beginning you did, but it was okay because I got it. I mean, she's like, "Oh my god, you must stop and fly the drone. We have things to do." And then later on, I think you started to realize that my stuff wasn't all that bad. I finally got decent flying and stuff and editing, and it got a little better.
Well, you did some really nice flying, even in Oregon.
Even in Oregon, that was okay.
But that wasn't really a vlog, though. But
so then I started to warm her up. I got her. I broke her in kind of like she's getting like, okay, this is. Then she was okay with it. And Lori would start saying stuff like, "Hey, you should stop here and fly." You know, so it kind of changed. And then just a year ago and some change is when we started vlogging together. We started actually vlogging because I was
January 2021.
Yeah, your birthday weekend.
Yeah.
We were trying to. I've been trying to get more in front of the camera the whole time. But
that was because of a certain person.
Yeah, you guys know Ash Ha? Do you know Ash from Droning On?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, from a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, during COVID times, it was like 2020, fall of 2020. Ash started up a Discord for his channel, and I got on there, and I was like one of the first people on there, and then like a couple other people.
Did he freeze up for you?
Everybody's freezing.
Am I frozen?
No, I hear you.
Okay. We've lost lost Chuck and Lori.
You guys went dark on my end. Could you hear us?
Okay, yeah. Because you were quiet on our end, and we could still see each other. So
okay, so Ash challenged us to do a 40-second intro for a video. He says anybody can make a drone video, right? Anybody can make a drone video. There's millions of people out there making drone videos. What stands you apart from the crowd is you need to get in front of the camera. You need to get your in front of the camera because people want to see you. And that message really grabbed me. It's like, so I got in front of the camera and I took his challenge on and I did this video for remember the flags at Wegmans?
Yes.
Yeah. So I did the video and it's cringeworthy. When I watch that, it's like, but you know what? It's like, and this will be too in a little while, probably.
Actually, it might have been Pratt's Falls. Remember you went to the park
and we did that too. Yeah. That's how it started. All this happened because one guy in the drone community said, Chuck, you got to get your face in the camera. You got to do it in order to become bigger on YouTube. People want to know you. The drone stuff's good, but people want to know you. And that's how it all started. And that's why I tell everybody, in the community, it's like, you got to get in front of the camera. And drone videos are great. They are, but they're everywhere. So you got to do something a little different. And
yeah. I'm gonna have to try that because
look at Art with the cranberries thing. I got an itch, Art.
See, I've always gone out of my way to stay out of the shot. You know, I'll wear something dark and stand under a tree, right?
But when you think about it, what videos do you like to watch the most? I mean, well, maybe you're different, but I actually do want to know the people that are taking me around and showing me stuff. I want to get to know them, and then what the bond is with them. Like Lori and I watch a couple of travel vloggers,
but we were very lucky. Remember in Scotland,
yeah,
because we did a couple of videos with some other people from Scotland, and they were really helpful. They were
totally into it.
Came on the camera, started talking about the cemetery, started talking about the distillery.
Yeah, we had this dude, the groundskeeper Nick,
he was just amazing
at the Kirkyard. This guy just. He walked up to us. He's like, did he say, "Hey, what are you guys doing? Are you you're filming or something?"
Well, I think he asked us,
a tour.
He asked us where we were from. And, and we mentioned YouTube, I think, and he said he would give us a free tour.
And I asked him, "Would you mind being on camera?" And he's like, "No, that's fine." He's like, "You have to give me your channel name though, so I can watch it."
But we didn't realize he was going to go into as much detail.
No, he went through. He took us through everything. He took us through the whole place. And what's out from Halloween is just a fraction of it. I mean, there's another part that might have to find YouTube.
Well, and then the bartender at the distillery.
Oh, the bartender at the
Blair Athol. Yes,
he was awesome. That dude was awesome.
He reminded me of Howard Stern.
He did look like Howard Stern.
but he was just great.
And he didn't give a crap that he was on camera either. And we ran it, and then
and he couldn't have been nicer. I mean,
right?
The whole time.
And Elan Castle, the guy taught us pub Gaelic.
He was super nice too.
He was like, he didn't care either. It was like everybody. It just makes it when you can put the camera on and get stuff like that. I mean, that's just like for us. It just gets me emotional. Just like because I watch this, I'm like, I can't believe I have Sunday. This is great. It's like I watch that.
You get emotional about the Outlander stuff.
I get emotional about everything, and my eyebrows go up. My eyebrows go up. It's like they go up. And,
I thought I was being emotional. You should have saw. You can see it in Chuck's face sometimes. It's funny.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I think that kind of emotion comes through in the vlog though, because you really feel connected to the place and connected to the two of you as well.
There's a question for you, Chuck.
Especially with Lori with the hood up trying to fight.
Who was it? This guy named Mike. His channel is called Arrow Snapper. Arrow Snapper is another one of the droning on guys. So like we have this whole kind of fraternal group with Arrow Snapper, the K Spot, which is Keith, who's a dear friend of mine now, thanks to the internet and everything, and a few other guys. But Arrow Snapper said in the Scotland videos, anytime Lori's hood was up, he knew the weather was bad.
He knew it was a bad day.
But he's actually from Scotland, which is kind of interesting, right? Because he was really
well, he's originally from Scotland, but now he lives in Canada.
Yeah. Yes, in Kingston.
Yes. And
I subscribe to his channel and I have his notifications on and I never miss one, his little
his documentations or documents. Yeah. Documentaries. I'll get it right eventually.
Yeah. The documentarian.
Yeah, actually,
he's a documentarian.
He's a documentarian of road work mostly, but and the wildlife at the end's a nice touch.
Yeah.
So I got to answer.
Captain
Ray wanted to know what cameras we use. We use a lot of cameras. For this live stream right now, we're using Lori's Sony A6600, which is really good in low light, but big and bulky. But it's good for this, and we use it occasionally for low light stuff. But most of the time, we're using the Pocket 2 by DJI most of the time. That's probably the go-to. The go-to drone is still, don't hate me, it's still the Mavic 2 Pro. The Mavic 2 Pro is still my go-to. I have the Mavic 3 this weekend with me. We'll see how that does, but I'm still, it's yeah. Anyway, so those are the two main cameras we use. We also have an Insta360 1X2, which is a lot of fun because you film in 360 and then when you edit, you can edit in 2-dimensional. So you can frame it. It's like you have a billion cameras in one, basically, because you can pick any angle you want and you can show it and you can pan down and pan up and left and right. So that camera, the resolution isn't as good, but the flexibility of that camera is untouchable. It's really cool. So that's a fun camera. And if you put it on the 9-foot selfie stick, now you have a drone. You have a drone on a stick, basically. So when they say, "Oh, you can't fly a drone here,"
oh no,
you put that thing up 9 feet in the air.
I told Chuck,
you get a whole
don't bring that to a restaurant. They probably won't appreciate it.
I want to though,
because Chuck's just gonna extend the stick across the room.
If we go to New York and there's a celebrity sighting, I can just go get the celebrity on camera. Yeah, and get escorted out in a hurry too. Probably.
The ultimate paparazzi there, eh?
Yeah, I get kicked in the head and kicked out. So it's mostly DJI stuff though. Lori likes using the Osmo Action still. She was using that this afternoon.
I use the Pocket a little bit. But...
The FPV drone is with us this weekend. So this weekend we have the Mavic 3 and the FPV drones. Those are the two drones that came with us.
Now, would you recommend the Pocket?
The Pocket 2 is fantastic.
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking of doing when we go to Newfoundland.
Well, it's a drone on a stick, basically, because you can control the gimbal. Interestingly enough, they give you like a joystick type gimbal control.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work well. It moves too fast. I don't know what it is with DJI having everything's got to be scrappy fast. I don't know why. But like it's not cinematic at all. So what you do is you buy for $35, you buy the wheel from the Pocket. It's like a little dial wheel. Okay. Wait, I can get it. I'll be right back.
I see Ken Heron's in the chat.
No, it's in the truck. Forget it.
So Ken, he actually let me borrow it.
It's still in the truck. Anyway, you have to. So unlike the joystick, it's a wheel, and you basically roll it up and down, but you can flip it left, right, or up and down. But that allows you to move really smooth and slow, so you can pan up really slow and
Okay.
Hollywood like. But that's a great vlogging camera. It's so flex. It's just right. It's you got to put up about 400 ISO. It's about as high as you can go. Maybe 800 pushing it, but low light's its weakness because it's a small sensor.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at the Pocket 2 Creator combo that comes with a little microphone with a dead cat. So you can.
That's what we have, but we use the Rode stuff.
Okay.
So but we use because she and I both need microphones. So the wireless Go 2. By the way, DJI has that new setup that's just like the Rode. In fact, in some regards, it's better.
Yes.
It comes in a charging case. I had to buy a charging case first. But
they froze again.
Did we freeze?
Yeah.
For a little bit.
Now you're back.
For a second.
All right. I don't know. It's this country internet.
Yeah, it's not good for you, that's for sure.
We both need to be. One thing we've learned is we both need to have good microphones I need to be able to work with the audio in post, and Lori needs to work with the audio in post.
So when you charge the microphones, how long do they stay charged?
8 hours. Okay. You get 8 hours out of them.
No, that's not.
Did they freeze again?
No, you're good.
It's well, then you got to turn them on and off, and remember to turn them on again.
Yeah. I've had that.
If you're out for 12 hours
in the studio too.
I'm not saying that ever happened because it did.
I had another thing that happened, but
crap. It's also crap. You go back to your footage and you're like, crap.
No, but you have to be careful about something. Remember, I told you about that. It almost happened to me again.
Which?
If you have the microphone part in your pocket, and you have to use the bathroom, don't forget that's in your pocket.
Oh, she almost flushed ours in Scotland. Wasn't that Scotland? The old man of store. It almost went down the toilet, literally. Yes. That would have been crappy.
Exactly.
That would be, that's a shitty deal.
Yeah, remember it's in there.
Wow.
Yeah. We have a lot of gear. It's I'd say this is the most expensive hobby ever.
Yeah.
Ever. I have a Corvette. It pales in comparison. I mean, the Corvette was $40,000. I don't know what I've spent on electronics and stuff.
This is more fun though.
This is way more fun. Yeah. The whole.
It's really more fun because you get to hold the camera and do the editing. He doesn't let you drive the Corvette.
She can't drive the Corvette. She has to learn how to drive standard.
Well, actually, I did drive it
at the factory.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not too far because it's standard.
Drive that car anymore, though. Here, maybe I ought to just take it out, see what you can do with it. Because, no, I'm kidding. After the whole truck incident, I'm not too keen on driving that thing. I mean,
well, if you had been in there, it would have been a big problem.
Yeah. Oh, what Bob was saying about the lab. Yeah, the lab's important. That's what we use. We have clip-on labs. So that way people see them, but it's you have to have the audio. I mean, somehow you have to have good audio.
It's expected. It's expected to see it, so it's not that big a deal.
I like the lav. I like the small lav better than like the Rode box. Like the lav box that the wireless Rode is kind of that I don't want to look at. But just to have a little like a TV lav on clipped on is no big deal.
Yeah.
We only had a problem with it once. Remember, there's a brewery around this area like a year ago or so. There was a waitress in the brewery that was kind of looking at us funny because
she noticed.
She was staring at our microphones.
Yeah, she noticed.
She didn't really say anything, but she just kept staring at them. You could tell that she was looking at them.
Yeah, well, it's pretty obvious because I'll walk around like the place we were at this afternoon. I'll walk around and get B-roll because I have to have. Well, we all have to have B-roll. You have to have stuff to spackle the story together with. Without it, no story. So like I'm walking around, I'm filming stuff, And,
so you have to kind of ignore people because they're looking at you.
Yeah.
Especially when Chuck was walking around just trying to do B-roll. I mean, that happens all the time.
So it's like I'm reading Steve's comment, which says, Chuck, you're really just starting with this endeavor. Wait until the real costs start mounting up.
You can buy 3 bets.
Yeah, well, just the keyboard. Remember the Da Vinci keyboard was quite the expenditure. I bought that.
But you were talking to somebody about some crazy one, wasn't it? Like 30,000 or something.
Oh, I love that thing. Yeah, can I get that?
No.
She had to think about that, didn't she? Yeah. No,
we have no place to put it. What you've seen that stuff on the Da Vinci site, right, Gary? You've seen that.
Yeah.
It's a desk.
Yeah,
a whole
like
work
a musical.
Yeah, that's 30 grand.
Like an organ or something.
That's why they can give the software away for free, because they're selling that stuff to the pros, so they can afford to throw us little fish. Here, have some little bits of bread to chew on here.
I'm still having trouble mastering the free stuff. So,
there's the free. Well, Da Vinci 17 or 18 public is almost the same as Studio. It only lacks a few things that, in fact, I forget what they are. The one mattered to me. I can't remember what it was. One thing mattered to me. The rest of it didn't matter. Crap, what was it?
Da Vinci?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was even. I don't know. But I usually like my first drone was a Mavic Pro. Like a lot of guys go out and buy like a really cheap drone and think, well, if they wreck it, oh well. I just figured I'll get a really good drone and I'll grow into it. I'll just be more careful and I'll grow into it. I want something that I can grow into. And Lori's camera. Lori has this A6600. I mean, she started off with just a phone. And I get her this camera because I know she has a good eye. Her composition skills are ridiculously good. Lori takes great pictures. So to have the Sony, now she has something she can grow into and get, and develop with instead of being limited. There's no ceiling above her for improvement. It's like you have the good camera and just grow into it.
Now, do you have a gimbal for the Sony camera or
not yet? Not yet.
And that's $30,000.
No, but there's the good ones. That's a Ronin, I think, right? A Ronin would be maybe eventually.
Yeah. There's a Zhiyun or something as well.
There's a few good ones out there. Yeah.
I've got a DJI mobile, the Osmo mobile, right? That I can click my phone onto, right?
Which one do you have, Gary? We have the 4.
I got the 3, so it doesn't have
the 3 and the 4. They're similar. I had a 2. And I gave it away. I sent it to a friend in California. I just gave it to him. Said, "Will you use it? I'll send it to you."
Yeah.
And
it's not bad, but you can't use your phone for anything else, or somebody calls on the damn thing, or and that's the same thing with me flying the drone. Like you've got the
Jim froze for a second.
You got the Mavic 3, right?
I do. Yeah, I have a Mavic 3.
And now, what do you think of that Fly app compared to what your Go 4 app on the Mavic 2 Pro?
I hated it at first, but I hated it because it was so different.
Oh, okay.
It's just so different. See, like Lori, if Lori flies the Mavic 3 or the Mini 2.
Through the swing set?
No, that's for the FPV drone. The Mavic 3 is not going through the swing set.
Oh, okay. FPV, maybe?
Maybe. Yeah, you can wreck the FPV drone and I'll just laugh. For wrecking, I'll laugh.
No, I don't want to wreck it.
You wreck my Mavic 3, I'll be sad.
I don't want to wreck it, though.
You won't wreck it. You'll be fine. But no, the Mavic 3
Hit the gap.
She's going to do it. She's going to freaking do it. It's a hashtag swing set FPV, right, Chris? If Chris from Sunrise is in the chat. Yeah, that's his thing. Yeah. No, anyway, so the Fly app, I just had to get used to it. Like if you've never used Go 4, I don't think you would miss anything from Go 4 when you use Fly. You just get used to it. And they've added a bunch of stuff to it now. They've added EXP. You can slow down the sticks, it's still not slow enough, but it's better.
Yeah.
But they've made a lot of improvements.
I spent an hour and a half today, went through 2 batteries on my drone and killed my phone just trying just trying to load flight logs.
Oh, that's something I miss. Fly app. Like I see Phantoms in the chat and stuff. Like Herman's out there, but hey Ken, I see Ken's in the chat. I'm wondering, has any like we went to the UK, and now because I was using the Mavic 2 Pro, I have the United States flag in my Go4 app. I have Canada because I've flown in Canada. I have the British flag, which is really cool. You know, like I don't see those in Fly. The Fly app doesn't show like the countries you've flown in, or I can't find them.
I can't even get it to show. I can't even get it to show the flights. Like sometimes you get them and sometimes you don't. Right? Like you want to go review the flight and see what altitude you were at. No, there's none of that.
Yeah.
You know,
those are all good points. I've stopped looking for that stuff. It's more when I don't see my whole attitude with the drone is, and Lori's just starting to get like Lori's starting to edit. Now she's going to start flying, no doubt. She flew a couple of times and she freaking nailed the landing one time. She flew a Mavic 2 Zoom first time, freaking nails the landing pad dead center, like, you know, manually.
I love the look on Chuck's face.
Yeah, it's just if she flies a couple of hours, she's gonna fly so much better than I ever could. It's ridiculous. So I can just throw my hands in the air and go, "Yep, just do it."
Yeah.
Just do it. Anyway, I don't even forgot where the hell I was going with that conversation. I got so far off the rails. I don't even know.
I was going to ask Gary, where are you located?
I'm just let's see. You know where Hamilton, Ontario is at the end of the lake?
I do.
I'm about a half an hour from Hamilton.
Oh, okay.
Which direction?
In southern
West,
Ontario.
North, or south? Because you're not living in the lake, so you're not east.
West. I'm actually between the two lakes, between Erie and Ontario, at the end of Lake Ontario. So, we're almost neighbors. We're almost neighbors.
Well,
so to say, Jim, are you in
Toronto?
Toronto?
Yeah, he's in Toronto. Pretty much.
Okay.
He's up by the airport.
Yeah. So Jim's the guy who sends us our nice cold Canadian air across. He goes, and snow.
Yeah, we're wondering how the border is because Chuck and I haven't been over there in like 2 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it is for getting across. We can cross, but I don't know if we can come back.
Well, Chris is in the chat. There's Sunrise.
All you have to do is fill out paperwork to say that you have been vaxxed.
Yeah,
that would be easier because we've been meaning to come back. It's so easy for us, and well, Ken knows. Ken used to live in Syracuse for a little bit, so he knows how easy it is to get to like Niagara Falls and up to Toronto and stuff from here.
Now
we almost went for New Year's. Remember?
In Syracuse, do you ever get in touch with Mike Roche or Mark from
Mike? I've bumped into him on Artco's show a few times, and Mike is right around the corner from us. He lives in just outside of Solvay, basically, which is.
Does he really?
He's like 15 minutes from us. He's literally like 15 minutes from us. I think he wants to try out my Mavic 3 at some point. I'm not sure I want to let anybody fly it though. But I mean, Mike's a good pilot and stuff. I'm not sure if I want to. Is it weird? It's kind of weird.
It's kind of like you didn't want anybody to drive your car.
Kind of like my vet, but.
And then there's Mark. Do you know Mark? Mark Turan?
Yeah, he's in Cicero. He's about 15 minutes east of us.
Okay. Yeah. He just moved to a place on the lake, didn't he?
He's up near Oneida Lake, I think.
Oneida Lake, yeah.
Yeah, which is not far from where he was before. Yep.
Well, you got a pretty good drone community in Syracuse.
Well, we probably ought to kind of get together and do that. We ought to do stuff together, but we never do. I don't know because I don't
know.
We have a big drone.
Have to try, I guess.
We have a big drone event coming up in Central Ontario on May the 14th. Is it May the 14th, Jim?
When is that? It's soon.
That's 2 weeks from.
Oh, it's 2 weeks from Saturday.
Yeah. So we're going to meet. I think we've got about it's It's like the South Florida drone meetup, except there's only 4 or 5 people.
Well, it's just the same thing, but colder and smaller.
Yeah.
So Chuck, we're gonna have the
Well,
Syracuse
everything gets smaller when it gets cold, though.
Yes, and no prizes.
Yeah.
No price.
Bring your drones and your
Yeah.
shovels.
Bring your drone.
Well, yeah, it was snowing here yesterday,
Oh, geez.
and our house. It's yeah. Anyway, well, you guys got to start somewhere. Just you're starting it. You're
Well, we
right?
had to
I
meet
mean,
up. We had to
the
meet up
sapling.
last year. And it was just Jim and I. So
Well, COVID isn't helping. I mean, with things
See,
starting to
but they're
loosen up.
growing though.
Yeah, you guys have you've quadrupled in size. And if you've gone from 2 to 8, I mean, that's a big growth. That's 400% growth. That's
yeah,
good.
there you go. Yeah, it's all
Look at it
relative,
that way.
right? Yeah,
It's all, yeah, it's all relative. I mean, our little teeny tiny channel. What are we at? Like 600 and something?
Right now,
Yeah,
I think a little over
over 700
little over
something.
700.
I don't know. I mean, when Ken is Ken still in the chat? I miss constructive criticism. I mean, I don't think I. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Constructive criticism was really helpful for me.
Well, that had Ash on it too.
Yeah, and Ash was on there too. But I mean, that was the other reason. But
Yeah.
that was I felt that was really helpful as a drone pilot, because we all think we're great in our minds. We think we're great, and we think that our footage is great. And trust me, it's not great. So like when you actually ask a friend or somebody willing to give you constructive criticism and really tell you what they think of your stuff, it's like it kind of knocks you on your ass. It's like, whoa, really? It's that bad? Yeah, it's not good. And they tell you what's not good about it and what you could do differently. And then if you actually, once you kind of like, you get like, oh my God, once you get past that, you can actually improve. So it's like, so when I'm on these things and I talk to people and they're like, oh my God, Chuck's such a jerk. He's telling me I suck at flying. Well, because you do, but don't worry about it. You don't, you do, but you don't. Yeah, it's just, everybody has their own style anyway. I mean, I'm a super slow, smooth dude. That's my thing. But like, you should listen to what other people have to say, and you don't have to listen to us and follow us. Just listen and take it into heart and think about it, and then.
Well, you know what I used to do is before I would post a video, I'd have my wife sit down here at the computer and watch it, right? And I'd sit over in the chair over there, and I'd watch her eyes. And if she looked away, I'd write down the time.
Yeah,
and I'd cut it. Right, cut that out. You know.
Wow, that's a great idea.
And they just got shorter and shorter and shorter. So most of my videos now are under 2 minutes.
Well, I think when you watch, God, there are some guys. I'm so jealous of the guys that can keep like engagement for the entire video, because I know what I'm doing wrong. I know what Lori did wrong in her video.
Tough.
I mean, I mean, you gotta change shots, like.
Yeah.
And
well, that's my thing is no shot more than 10 seconds. Try and keep them under 6.
5 is ideal. I'm pretty sure, but 5 seconds is pretty good. You'll notice that in most professional productions, you'll find that the clips are about 5 seconds. That they usually. I mean, there are exceptions. I mean, you have action stuff going to go on longer, but most things go pretty quick.
Well, you watch a 30-second TV commercial, there's going to be 20 shots in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just boom, 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 boom. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. You got to keep, because people start to wane off. So, oh, okay, I'm back. Oh, I'm back.
Well, that was my issue with the beer tasting.
Yeah.
I was afraid to cut it too much, though, because I wanted people to hear our response to the beer.
See, now there's a good example. It's really.
So the whole thing's 8 minutes. So I wasn't really sure if that was too long, but.
So a video like that.
It was fine. It was good. It was good because it was engaging. Like you always, you wanted to see how Chuck reacted to the beer that you just reacted to, right? And you were switching back and forth, and it worked. It worked. It was good that way.
I think it would have been cooler if we could have used, like, if we used the 360 camera and we could have framed in, like, gone to Lori, then gone to me, and then had both of us, and then stuff like that. We see, you could to have, you notice some guys will use, like, some guys will have like 3 pockets going. They'll film, like, say with 3 pockets, so they'll do an interview like you guys interviewing us, and they'll have a camera on us, they'll have a camera on Jim, they'll have a camera on Gary, and then in post they can, bounce around and
so unfortunately we didn't do it.
We do have 3 pockets, by the way. We
weren't using them that day.
We do have 3 pockets. We own 3 pockets. One's a pocket 2, and we have 2 pockets. Yes, I have a lot of cameras.
And you know how crazy,
and that's why
they look crazy though on the table, huh?
But I did set them up on the table that day. But that's really the kind, you almost have to do that stuff, and like people think you're crazy, but if you do that, it I'm crazy enough to do it. I know Keith at the K-Spot was like, Chuck, what are you doing? Because like last year when we were here last year and we were filming, and remember I had a camera on us. I had a camera pointing forward in the truck when we were driving. I had 2 cameras going pretty much anywhere we were, so I could go back and forth.
In the video, if you remember,
I had a GoPro stuck on the roof of the truck. I had all kinds of stuff going on.
Do you remember Keith was in the video?
Yeah, Keith was in the video too. But I mean, but it was a production nightmare. But it could now. I think at this point with our vlogging, we could make use of that and make even better videos. Like, we're never going to be as good as Ken, I don't think, for a long time, because Ken Aaron, he has it down. That guy's got it down.
Oh man, yeah.
He's using a bunch of cameras. So
yeah. Well, there's a good example for all of us. Get yourself on camera. Have something to say, right?
Yeah, it's that's what it's about. That's what YouTube's about. It's I mean, the videos. Drone flying is fun as hell. I mean, I love it. It's super. I was the guy who got picked last in gym class, so like to be able to fly a drone well is like a huge accomplishment for me, because it takes a lot of coordination to fly the drone and to move the gimbal of the camera up and down and get smooth shots. And hell, I shouldn't be able to do that based on my track record.
We're happy to just edit a video.
Yeah,
because I had never done a video.
Yeah. Speaking of editing, we're down to our last 3 minutes here. The hour goes really quick. And we have to be off in the hour because it's the hour before, which allows everybody to go get a drink and a meal and have a nap and get into your jammies to watch Ken Heron, right? So we gotta make sure we're out of here. Any final thoughts? Boy, it was great having you guys on. It took us a long time to get this set up. I know Jim's been working hard to find the right time, and what was good for you guys.
Your schedule. Lori's schedule is really
well, I finally ended tax season.
Yeah.
So that was a big issue. Because I was working 7 days a week. So. So up to April 18th. So
even now it's tough to get. It would be tough to get. Lori won't be home in time to do a 6 o'clocker, so it's just tricky. So she has this week off, so it's like it was perfect. Even though we're not in our house, but I kind of wish I could afford this place. But okay.
You can afford it on occasion, right?
Our YouTube channel is going to have to get a lot bigger. Everybody subscribe fast. Like, buy Kovaction shirts, all that stuff. Buy shirts.
What we'll do is we'll put your. I'll copy your channel doobly-doo in the description that's down below. I'll put that in after we go off, and
cool, thanks.
Make sure that we get you some we don't give you like the mat bump or anything, but
the mat bump didn't work. I got a mat bump.
You got a mat bump?
I got a mat bump, and then I think we picked up like 4 or 5.
I think so. Then it went away,
and then they quickly disappeared because YouTube's onto that stuff, people.
Like
you have to, before we go, really quick. If you're going to subscribe to a channel, you have to go watch a video, like at least a minute and a half of it. Watch the whole darn video because it's nice, and then click like, comment, and then subscribe. And I think it might stick then.
What you got to do now? Here's what you have to do. You have to do what I do. You go back to Chuck and Lori's channel. You watch everything. You scrub through it again. Then you go back and watch it over. because
I
you're
like your advice. It's a bit much.
And
but yeah.
Steve says, why no red wine? Because you didn't want purple.
Oh,
no
yeah.
purple teeth.
The Chardonnay is for no purple teeth, Steve. That's always red wine gives us purple teeth. So,
very good. Good stuff.
And it was a screw cap, and I was short on time. So,
all right. Well, we're going to wrap this up. I got to figure out. Oh, here we go again. I got to figure out how to do the outro thing. Oh,
all right,
God.
do it right, man.
Oh, this is
It's
terrible.
been great being here. You guys are awesome. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you so much for coming. Thanks so much to everybody in the chat. Really. Usually I go through and I try and acknowledge everybody in the chat, and we just got so engaged this time that I'm sorry. Oh, don't be sorry. And
no, I see everybody in the chat, and I meant to type too, and I can't.
Yes, we're bad. We didn't type anything.
We're bad. We didn't type.
But I was reading, but I wasn't typing.
Oh, I love all the comments. I've got the comments will be in the playback, right? The replay.
Yeah.
Guys, for having us on.
Really, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for coming, and we're going to kick you out, and we're going to play the outro, and thanks so much to everybody. They could have spent their time doing whatever they were going to do, but
for coming on.
Sunrise says swing set.
Swing set FPV. See, Chris says it on the way out.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. We drove by a swing set. I looked at Lori. I said, the drone's charged. You want to try it?
Okay, I'm going to boot everybody out. We'll play the outro. Stick around. We'll talk after if you like.
Bye, everybody.
All right, cool. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thanks again, everybody. And let me just, oh, Jesus, here we go. Here's me doing this again. It's the same thing. Okay, share screen, do this, get that, and share, and I'm out. Maybe I'm out. Yes, I'm out.
Are you plain bored of woodworking? Get excited again with Fisheye's Make Your Own Sandpaper Kit. Fisheye's Sandpaper Kit comes with everything you see here. Just pick your paper, spread the glue, and shake on the sand. Voila! Beautiful handcrafted sandpaper. And if you act now, we'll include candy sprinkles absolutely free. What better way to say I love you than with a gift of sandpaper? Fisheye's Make Your Own Sandpaper Kit is just $19.99 wherever crappy gifts are sold.
Well, a special thanks to everybody that stuck around to the end of the show of the hour before TNL, all 2,417 of you.